Greetings. My name is Ken Hamilton, and I'm a surgeon, a physician who started an organization called HOPE in his surgical practice in 1987 as a supportive way of helping his patients get on with their lives. I'd been studying the psychology of that for about the preceding 14 or 15 years since I started practice in Norway, Maine in 1971. And then, as life would have it, it unfolded in such a way that I became a student of the work of a man by the name of Earl Nightingale, who was undoubtedly the world's greatest student of success. And success for him was the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And all that he was teaching in that was fitting with an instruction that I had from McGill Medical School, that my primary responsibility to my patients was to help them get on with their lives. And so that's why I'm standing here today, sharing this with you. And what I'm inviting you into today is the first of 3 parts that all describe this instrument and how we use it, called the HOPE Goldbook. The Goldbook is called a Goldbook because it's printed on goldenrod paper. It was just something we chose because it looked good. It still does look good. The Goldbook is a simple, once-folded sheet of regular paper, so it turns into a 4-page pamphlet. And so it contains these 3 components of living together successfully and creatively that I wish to share with you today. It came together in my practice and HOPE's existence in 1993. There I got the 10 phrases that comprise what's called the HOPE Group Opening. The HOPE Group Opening brings us all together with 4 vital questions. Who are we? Why are we here? How are we going to get who we came for? And what are we going to do with it when we have it? These success questions have been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And I got them from Earl Nightingale. So when we do this work with the Goldbook, we're actually creating a container for the magical chemistry that is a hallmark of a HOPE group meeting. So when we open it up, on the right-hand page, which is unusual, but I want you to start letting go of some of your old ideas. Right? On the right-hand page, we have the HOPE Group Opening, which says, we are a HOPE group. We come together to find wellness. Wellness comes through the discovery of peace of mind, and we find peace of mind through understanding and letting go of guilt and fear. Those are the 4, are they not? Yes. So here are the consequences of what we do with them. Having found peace of mind through understanding and letting go of guilt and fear, we say, in this way we learn to live in each moment. In this moment we can choose to focus on the whole of life rather than the fragments. We seek the power that makes this choice possible. We come to realize that this power lies within each one of us. This power, as we understand it, is love. And with love's power, we come to realize the promise of hope. There they are. 10 phrases. We sit in a circle, and each person reads a phrase, and we go around to it all read. I'd like to take you back to learning to live at each moment and letting go of guilt and fear. You say now is the only time there is. Right now. It's not tomorrow. It's not yesterday. Tomorrow is fear country. Our minds can project a tomorrow based on lessons we've learned from yesterday in the most frightening ways. And they can literally paralyze our growth. Tomorrow hasn't come, and it never will. There's a sign in a local pub that says, free beer tomorrow. So we come back tomorrow. The sign's still there. Free beer tomorrow. Okay? Fear me tomorrow. Tomorrow does not exist. This is well known in martial arts studios. It's well known in Eastern psychologies. And so, can we let go of this projection to tomorrow? Yes, we can. It's a projection. So if we pull it in, I've been taught by a Tibetan who wrote the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying, that what I can do about bringing this back is to bring it into a situation of awareness, right? Awareness, simply that. And if I can go back to my yesterdays and see where I've made mistakes and have hurt people, have hurt myself, and so on and so forth, I can have a lot of guilt. I can blame myself. I can even feel shameful. All of these are pretty tough situations, particularly shame. It's saying that I am a mistake. We don't want to go there because we're not. We're not. We'll just encourage study the HOPE work. We are not mistakes. We really are one-of-a-kind works of art. And so when we free ourselves from yesterday and come be here now, and come to today, then we do so by becoming accountable and responsible for our yesterdays. All the choices we ever make, good, bad, or otherwise, we become accountable and responsible. So, we're here. We brought ourselves in time. And then that brings about peacefulness, and any need to try and attack somebody or try and defend myself from anything doesn't really exist. If you want to look at this, go to a martial arts dojo. This is what they teach you. The practice of learning to be here now has been around for thousands of years. Warriors the world over have known this, and we are learning this in a great many ways today. So this is how we do this. And then the other thing is, we say that the power to make all of these choices is love. Love is a word that's been mashed, right? But the essence of love is relationship. No matter what kind of love it is, it's all about relationship. But when we go to the really, really, really powerful roots of the word love, it is only relationship. It's not got sex involved in it. It's not got gastric passions. I love chocolate fudge ice cream. Okay, fine. And that's a physical desire. No, the love I'm talking about has been known as agape, it's been known as caritas, it's been known as compassion, but it's all about constructive relationship. And here's the summary on this. Your body comprises, it's made up of some 30 trillion cells by the time you get to your adult. And they're organized in all sorts of strange structures that are different. Skin, fat, muscle, tendon, bone, lungs, heart, liver, spleen, pancreas, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, reproductive organs, brain, eyes, nose, ears, nervous system. They all came from one cell. That one cell came together because my parents made love. We're getting a little bit strange about that particular thing that brings other human beings into existence, aren't we? We're not calling it love anymore. We need to look at the positive, constructive relationship here And this is what this power, as we understand it, is love. And so then the promise of hope is that things can make sense regardless of how they work out. That comes to us from the Czech poet, playwright, president, Václav Havel, who says that hope is not about the conviction that things are going to work out okay. Rather, it's the certainty that things can make sense regardless of how they work out. Viktor Frankl, who went to Auschwitz and 3 other labor death camps in 3 years, from 42 to 45, and lived through it all, and came out to teach his process called logotherapy, knew that the essence of success was hope. This kind of hope. The promise that the things that you really are devoted to can come together and make sense. It was common to survivors, this business of hope. For him, he'd started developing the whole psychological practice of logotherapy to the point where it was very well developed in 1932. He went into the death camp in 1945 with this logotherapy written out in tiny words, all stitched into the linings of his jacket. And the Nazis took his jacket away from him. And he kept on working on remembering it, remembering it. He was totally devoted to carrying that through the whole experience. And he says in his book called Man's Search for Meaning, I found the meaning of hope, life's meaning, in Auschwitz. So there, we're looking at something we've been using for years. It builds a crucible, it holds the crucible, and we do our work together in the crucible of the HOPE group opening. And then what comes? Principles of attitudinal healing and the HOPE group guidelines, which are verbal agreements as to how we're going to get along together for the time we're together. And those make up 2 more presentations of this 3 parts. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure.